Now, a lot of people have asked me to look more and more at this flat Earth business because they know I will give a certain type of commentary on it that's probably pretty rare here. And certainly I think we should go back to the ancients a lot and have a look at what they say. And you see, a big problem for globe Earth, I feel, is if globe Earth was a very ancient belief, then globe Earth would have all that credibility over years and years, but it just turns up with Copernicus. And I'm going to cover Copernicus in a second video to this. This started out actually as a search into Copernicus, but I came across this image and the history of this, the FLAMARION painting here, or carving actually it is. Now this really is amazing, 1888. Now why was somebody depicting a flat Earth a good 300 years after Copernicus? That in itself ponders a few questions. Mind you, you can see that this is a heavily Masonic image. But then maybe he was doing that just to get it under the wire somehow. But we know the idea of division with the Masons. Or is it that the elite have always followed flat Earth and they just created the globe Earth for the minions? And now they've got a movie out called Minions. Now it's in this book, Atmosphere Meteorology Popular. The Atmosphere Popular. Let's scroll this down here. Meteorology. It's been erroneously referred to as a woodcut. It's engraving, see? So, a flat Earth bounded by a solid and opaque sky or firmament. Also as a metaphorical illustration of a scientific or mystical quest for knowledge. So it's quite a dual-edged sword. I thought of that like it's breaking out of the flat Earth. It could be taken as always a multitude of things in this Masonic pantomime we're living in, and this is no different in its day. I just thought it was very interesting. The wheel in the middle of the wheel, like Ezekiel. And the missionary of the Middle Ages tells that he had found the point where the sky and the earth touch. And I reckon it was from the German Renaissance. Cambridge mentioned. Cambridge. Interesting in itself. Zurich Central Library. There's something here further down. We'll just scroll down here a bit. You can slow this up and read this. The page here a bit. There's little details about it. Yeah, now this one here, Sebastian Munster's Cosmographia. So I'll be doing another video on that, don't you worry. Because they said FLAMARION would have had this book possibly. Or certainly being aware of it, or a friend no doubt. And he's taking the image from that. So it comes from earlier ideas. But whether the sky be clear or cloudy, it always seems to have the shape of an elliptic arch. Far from having the form of a circular arch, it always seems flattened and depressed above our heads, and gradually to become farther removed towards the horizon. Our ancestors imagined that this blue vault was really what the eye would lead them to believe to be. Then a disclaimer here from Voltaire, but we know what an operative Voltaire is. So, the Greek astronomers represented as a form of a solid crystal substance. So I'll be looking at that a bit further, and here's now Copernicus. And the divinities of Olympus. Mythological court upon this vault. above the planets and fixed stars, previous to knowledge that the Earth, well, here we go, was moving in space, and that space is everywhere. Theologians had installed the Trinity in the Empyrean, glorified body of Jesus, that of Virgin Mary, the angelic hierarchy, the saints, and all the heavenly host. You know that in the churches. So there's certainly a lot in this topic, actually. This is a bit of an introduction to the idea of looking back in time of what's been said about these issues. And as I said, it really says to me that all the ancient people believe in something, and then suddenly 500 years later, a guy turns up, and we know that he looks like a double agent for the Vatican. So they were certainly about stuffing people's heads, I'd say. So that in itself is a sort of an evidence, and that's what I'm going to explore further in a series of videos here on the New Copes channel, because these are the same people who have perpetrated the nuclear hoax. So stay tuned, please sub and share, and please tell other people who have been watching my work for a while, for the last few years, that I'm making videos here at the moment.